What's up, Trophy Hunter? Welcome to my Platinum walkthrough for Tardy. Tardy is a point-and-click adventure game. With guide it can be completed within 40 minutes. Without the guide it can take up to 2 hours. You can skip text by pressing the cross button, and you can skip the entire text and all the cutscenes with the circle button. Once you start the game, it's very important that you skip the first text with the cross button to unlock the first trophy. All the upcoming dialogues can be skipped with the circle button. So if you skip the first dialogue with the cross button, you get the trophy We Tried. You can use the cursor with the right stick, but I recommend use the D-pad. This will allow you to jump through the objects real quick. So first interact with the control panel near the door. From now on you can skip all the text by pressing the circle button. Now interact with the red switch on the right to get the trophy. Now interact with the panel again, and this time press the red button on the left. So now go through the door. Now interact with the panel and enter following code: left, up, right, up, left. To enter the code you can easily use your D-pad. Once done, click on number 3. So after the cutscene, go through the door. Now interact with the arcade machine. This will start a minigame called Pong. You need to score 3 points. So now we can interact with 2 more objects. First interact with the right one. First you need to turn it on by interacting with the switch above. Now click on the middle button and now turn the knob until you see 7 dots. After that click on open. Now back out with the circle button and interact with the terminal on the left. First read through all the notes, this will trigger a dialogue. Now remove the paper and then enter note 00. Once done, press enter to get the trophy. Now back out and interact with the most right object. Now we need to use the 8 colored buttons to enter a code. So for me the top left one is green and the top right one, let's say it's yellow. So start with the big blue button, then press the small yellow one. Now press the big red one and the small red one. Now press the big blue one again and then the small blue one. So for the next code, press the big green one. Now press the big yellow one. Now the small blue one. And the small yellow one. And now one more. First start with the small red one. Then with the big yellow one. Big blue and small blue one. So now enter this code here and then back out. At the end you should have 4275. Now interact with the main terminal in the middle of the room. Enter the code 4275 and the first chapter is done. So now interact with the panel and turn it on. Now press the buttons in following order. So once the elevator stops, go through the door. So now we need to play another minigame, interact with the arcade machine. Basically it's invaders and the goal is to shoot all the aliens. Use your D-pad to move the ship left and right and triangle to fire. Once you win, take the hologram scanner and move it somewhere on the screen. Now interact with the third object. Enter the code 250-250 and then press open. Now place the blueprint and the card somewhere on the screen, then back out and interact with the second object. Now insert the card we just picked up. So now select Tools. Now select the letter H. And now select the number 3. After that pick up the fuse and move it somewhere on the screen. Now back out and interact with the panel next to the door. Now remove the book and then interact with all 4 latches. Then insert the fuse box and press open. So now go through the door. Now interact with both dead bodies. And after that interact with the yellow machine in the middle to complete the second chapter. So chapter 3, first interact with the terminal next to you. Remove the piece of cloth anywhere on the screen, we need it later. And then read through all 6 news to get the trophy. So now interact with the panel next to the pets shop. Remove the scanner and then click on the screwdriver and wrench icon. Now enter the code 4, 5 and 7, 4, 5 and 7 and then press enter. Now click on the billboard button to control the dog. Now click on the dog billboard. Now click on the crane button. Now use the scanner on the left and press on the dog smelling button. And now scan the piece of cloth with it. And now click on the magnifying glass icon. So now there's a new object we can interact with, so interact with it to get to the next area. So now go a bit to the right. Now interact with the panel. So now there are some glasses and behind them there is a panel. There is a hidden red button, use the glasses and once you found the button, press it. Once done, remove the glasses anywhere on the screen, we need it later. Now interact with the second panel. So in the next puzzle we need to connect some batteries. It's necessary to use the glasses. So the first step is you need to connect the left battery with the green button. Keep in mind it's important that you connect the battery with the button the exact same way as I did. There are more ways, but you really need to connect it like I did, otherwise it will not work. So once done, connect the green button with the second battery and then press the green button. So it should look like this. And now you're good to go, press the green button. So the next step is we need to connect the second battery with the green arrow and the fuse on the right. Keep in mind, connect it the same way as I did. So if done correctly, it should look like this. And once done, press the green button. And the last step is we need to connect the first battery with the green arrow and the fuse on the right. So once done, it should look like this. And now press the green button. Now back out and interact with the terminal on the left. This puzzle is pretty simple. First you need to use the glasses to see some arrows. Now the goal is that all arrows must point in the correct direction. So left is on the left side and the right is on the right side and so on. The fastest way is solving this puzzle by your own, do not use the video. Now go to the right, this should trigger a new device. So interact with the new device. Remove the book and the chip. And now press the red button 20 times to get the trophy. Now click on the device and form the number 2 with the green lights. If done correctly, it should look like this. Now back out and interact with the panel on the right, near the door. Now insert the chip and then interact with the previous panel. So now press the red button. Now interact with the device with the green lights. Now press the red button, which is in the top right corner. Now interact with the green monitor on the floor. Remove the paper and back out. Now interact with the arcade machine on the left. This will trigger another minigame. It's a simple side scroller, but you have to control 2 ships. So first remove the book and the paper and then click on the 2-player icon. The goal of this minigame is to beat the mini-boss. You can move the left ship with the D-pad and the right ship with the right stick, and you can shoot with the L2 and R2 button. Unfortunately, I had a few bugs on this minigame. Sometimes there were no more enemies or the mini-boss never appeared. If this happens to you, go back to the main menu and hit the continue button. So after completing the minigame, we can interact with the panel next to the door. Remove the paper and enter the password Riley. So now go through the door. So now interact with the panel on the left wall and input the number 1347. 1, 3, 4 and 7. Once done, click on the magnifying glass icon and now press play. Now interact with the most right object. Remove the key and interact with the panel next to you. Remove the book and insert the key. Now you need to enter a specific code, so press the same button as I did. Now back out and interact with the terminal on the left. Now same game again, you need to enter a specific code. I made a screenshot here, so pause the game and enter following codes. Once done, back out and interact with the panel in the middle. Now click on the bottom under the number. And now click on the panel to your left to get a trophy. Remove the key anywhere on the screen and interact with the panel on the right. Now insert the second key. A new panel has opened, interact with it. Now take the camera, go back and take a picture of the robot. Now interact with the left panel with the green lights. Now enter following code. This is another screenshot, so pause the game. Once done, go back and interact with the right terminal with the green lights. Now you need to enter another code, so follow the video. So it should look like this. Once done, go back and interact with the panel in the middle. Press the button under the second number. Now interact with the robot. Now open his fingers and pick up the key. Now go back and interact with the terminal on the right with the green lights. Use the key and enter another code. So it should look like this. Once done, go back and interact with the left panel with the green lights. So here is another screenshot and the following numbers, and then interact with the panel in the middle to finish the chapter. Press the button under the third number, interact with the middle panel again to finish the chapter. So last chapter, this one is basically pretty short. Interact with the terminal. This is another minigame. You need to put all the blocks in the correct position. To pick up the blocks, use the triangle button. Once you finish this minigame, you can go through another door. So it should look like this, so put in the last block and then go through the door. So first interact with all 4 objects once. It's very important that you turn on the first object. Now interact with the other 3 objects to trigger some dialogue. Remove the paper, open the drawer and then go back. Now interact with the microwave and then with the panel next to the door. So to finish the next puzzle, the goal is to get a voltage of 21. So first interact with the object near the bed. Now press the button which opens the drawer, and then you need to press the first button and the second button. This seems a little bit buggy, so keep pressing the buttons till the background here changes. Then quickly interact with the microwave and then with the panel and press the green button. Keep in mind you have to do this step real quick. So now go through the door. Now interact with the blue panel near the elevator. Now enter following numbers. Now interact with the panel to the right and enter the number 286. 286 and enter. Now interact with the panel next to the elevator after it moved. And this time you need to enter the code 561. So enter the code 5, 6 and 1. So now go to the next area. So now click on the monitor. Click on the button in the middle. Now interact with the panel to your left. Now remove the book and click on the number in the bottom left. Now go back and interact with the terminal on the right. So now select following. First approach the new codes. Now click on stand still. Now click on generate an electrical impulse. And now shoot to kill. Now interact with the book on the ground and read through it. Now back out and interact with the hologram to finish the game. So guys, that's it. I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for the attention. See you in my next one.